This is Mr. Donovan explaining your physics assignments for Thursday and Friday. The first one is assignment 43, which is a problem-solving menu, just like one we did before. So the purpose of the assignment is to demonstrate mastery of advanced problem-solving skills and also to reassess on content we've covered this year, starting with forces, but also some other things too. Okay? You earn points by correctly completing the problems in this packet, and it's like a menu. Right? And if you want to get a 4, you need to earn 48 points, which means you need to do every single problem. Right? It tells you how many points you need to get a 3, or a 2, or a 1. And to earn these points, you have to decide which problems you want to solve. Right? There are problems that are easier and that are worth fewer points, problems that are harder and worth lots of points. Down here is a space for you to keep track of how many problems you've solved, and then I'll write in here when I see your problems how many points you earned by solving these problems. The problems themselves start on the next page. So here are the appetizers. There are 4 of them. And then the entrees are here, and the desserts, and the buffet, which is the hardest problem. You'll notice that in this paper, there's not any space to actually solve any of these problems. I've just listed them. And that's why we've given you this guy. This is where you're actually going to solve the problems that are in the packet. Make sure you put your name on them. Right? This is what you'll turn in to me. Make sure you write your work out really clearly. And if a picture or diagram helps, you should include one here. There are pages that have smaller boxes for problems that are simpler and require less work. And then there's also pages for larger problems that might take more space to solve. Now I'll talk about what you guys will work on Friday. Okay? On Friday, there are 2 writing prompts that you're going to write about. Okay? You're going to respond to both of them. Okay? If you write fastest by typing, you can type an email to your physics teacher. If you'd prefer to write them by hand, you can write them on paper. And at the end of the class period, you'll turn in the paper if you wrote on paper. Okay? There are 2 writing prompts. The first is imagine a world where one day the force of gravity was suddenly the strength that it is on the moon, 6 times weaker than it is on Earth. Our masses, our muscular strength, and all the force applied by all other objects is still the same. And you're going to write a story about what would happen. Okay? You need 3 paragraphs to fully answer this question, and you have to include some of these words here. Okay? You can be as creative and as fun as you want. So you might want to talk about how your mornings, your days at school, your after-school activities might change. Okay? The second writing prompt is more like an essay you might write in a history class. Okay? So some of the greatest advances in science have been made as a part of military research. Okay? And down here there's a list of technology that has been made by the military to kill people more effectively. Right? Guide planes and bombers, right? Drop bombs on people, or send clouds of viruses into the air to hurt our enemies. Later, these technologies often become really useful in everyday life, like GPS systems, nuclear power, and studying germs all have benefits for people now. The question you're answering is this one. Is it morally acceptable? Is it okay for scientists to develop ways to kill people more effectively if sometimes they later become helpful? And you're, again, going to write 3 paragraphs. And these are some of the examples you could think about. Right? This is an opinion essay. You just have to argue about what you think is right or good. We look forward to seeing all your work when we come back, and have an awesome spring break.